listening to the Hult Center podcast, and I'm pleased to have Josh Gren, the Director of Marketing and Communications for the Oregon Bach Festival, with me. The Oregon Bach Festival is going to run from June 28th through July 14th in and all around Eugene, Oregon.
Hey, Dan.
How's it going?
Great. It's going terrific. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Excited to be here.
Weather's been nice. Yeah, weather's been nice. Can't complain.
No, it's beautiful. Looking out my window right now. Clear sky, sunny.
Yeah.
Perfect classical music, Oregon Bach Festival weather.
There we go. So let's just get right into the nitty-gritty. Oregon Bach Festival is one of the longest programs of its kind. What can you tell me about this legacy and how it's been such a huge draw for people to come to Eugene?
Festival really is such a special place. I've been working with the organization since 2015, and what I've seen over the years is that it really is this home to thousands of people from all over the world. Yes, it's centered in Eugene, and occasionally we run out to Portland, Florence, Bend, Ashland, these other locations, but Eugene is the home, and it's where so many of our audience members come from. But we've had folks that I've met over the years from Iceland, from Australia, from China, who come to be a part of this festival, and certainly our artists do too. And I think a lot of that credit is due to the early days in the early 1970s and the formation of the festival by Helmut Rilling and Roy Saltzman, and the time they took to really make the festival a community event, a place that was for everyone to come and listen to the music of Bach and the music of those who were inspired by him.
Yeah. And why do you think it continues to bring people together from all around the world? What is it about Bach that does that?
I think it's two things, really. I think one is that this festival has always been and continues to be built by and supported by the community here. And so it is a place where people come back to every summer. Even though I work there, I equate it a little bit to summer camp. When we were kids, my folks used to send us off to somewhere else in the state, and we'd go to camp for a few weeks. So we'd meet new people, we'd play games, and we'd have fun. And truthfully, the feel of the Bach Festival is a lot like that. It's just summer camp for adults. These musicians, these artists come from all over the country. Yes, many of them work together in other places throughout the year, but this is a time where they all get to sort of be here on what feels a little bit like summer vacation in the beautiful Willamette Valley, make incredible music together, see the patrons that have supported them for all these years. And it really does feel like a family. We'll have our first artists and seasonal staff members come into town in a few days here. And I already know the people who are going to run up to me and hug me and say, "I'm so glad to see you again." And that feeling is one that both our audiences and our artists share. The other thing I'll say about the festival that keeps people coming back is that it is so diverse in the range of music and listening opportunities that we have. It's not just what people consider as traditional classical music. We have jazz and big brass and hip hop and percussion and just a wide variety of musical opportunities. If you like choral music, yeah, we have it. If you like organ music, heck yeah, it's there. But if you're the kind of person who wants to come out to PK Park and spend an evening with us this summer listening to big brass music and a fireworks show, we've got that for you too. And kids programming, we've got a great opportunity, 3 of them really this summer, for family-friendly events for people to come out with their kids of all ages and enjoy classical music that is for everyone.
Yeah, and I think that's the important thing, is that you don't have to just be a fan of Bach to enjoy what the festival offers.
That's right. You know, I grew up spending a lot of time in the theater, and one place that I always admired was our neighbors to the south here was Oregon Shakespeare Festival. And when I think about the model they have there of staying true to the Shakespeare, but also producing works that are contemporary works, newer works inspired by Shakespeare and the work that he did, I like to think of us in the same capacity. That yes, we do a lot of Bach. We have 20 Bach pieces on the schedule this year, but we also like to go out and find those newer works and those other opportunities from previous composers and current musicians who are inspired by Bach's work and wouldn't have done the work they did if it weren't for him.
Yeah. What can you tell me about this upcoming season?
So much. Where would you like to start, Dan? Uh, we
Yeah,
could.
wherever you'd like to start.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say that the festival this year decided to run with a theme of ascending voices. And the idea behind this is that we all, as humans, universally experience this transition from grief through healing and hope and into joy. So we're going to try and take that journey together this summer as an audience. And that starts in the very beginning with Bach's Ascension Oratorio on the first night of the festival. And part of the fun this year is we'll be taking that Ascension Oratorio and we will be running it out to Mount Angel Abbey as well, which is a new experience for us here. So we'll have some audiences from different parts of the state that have an opportunity to hear from us as well. And as the festival continues, we'll follow that theme through the Lark Ascending and joyful kids concerts to the middle of the festival, where we will have Eric Whitaker's The Sacred Veil, which is a very cathartic, somber, beautiful piece of music about a woman and a family who are dealing with grief. And then we will end with the joyful, the triumphant Beethoven's Ninth Symphony Ode to Joy that everyone is so familiar with.
Hmm.
So the festival really does have so many opportunities for people to come and be a part of it this year. It is about 2.5 weeks long, and we have small events, big events, loud events, soft events, happy events, sad events, everything you could want. And I truly, if your next question to me were to be pick one, pick one event, I think I would struggle to answer that. I'm very excited about 6, 8, all 30 of them.
Yeah, and it's quite a if you were to attend a vast amount, it'd be quite a musical journey for you.
It is. And we're very fortunate to have a lot of patrons that go on that musical journey with us every year. We have a very dedicated, passionate core of audience members that do subscribe to our whole season and really make a summer out of being here. Some of them come back to town just for the festival, and then they head back to wherever else they live in the world.
Hmm.
But most people, yeah, they pick between 3 and 5 concerts a couple a week, and they come by and they see us maybe once on a weekday and once on the weekend. And it really comes down to what you are excited about, what interests you. I always like to encourage people to try something new as well. A good example of that would be when I first got here and started working for the festival, didn't know anything about organ music.
Hmm.
For 10 years now, the festival has been really lucky to have Grammy winning organist Paul Jacobs come to be a part of this festival. If you've never heard organ music before, he's come listen to him play the organ this summer. Not only will he be playing a very famous organ symphony, but he is going to be playing a new piece that the festival actually co-commissioned with Jacksonville Symphony from Lowell Lieberman. And on that concert as well, there is a brand new, also a second commission of a brand new Bach transcription from Damien Jeter, who was originally from Portland. And he has taken a piece of music that Bach wrote for the keyboard and transcribed for the entire orchestra. So that's going to be a really unique event in the middle of the festival, and Paul's a part of that. So if you've never
Cool.
heard organ music and would like to try something new, that's a great opportunity for it.
And that's a debut of that new piece.
The Lowell Lieberman Commission was actually debuted by Jacksonville Symphony a few months ago. We will be the West Coast premiere of it and the second organization to produce it. It was co-commissioned by us, so the festival helped to originate the piece. The Damien Jeter Bach transcriptions are commissioned by us, but those will be world premieres. Yes, we will be the first ones to it's part of a new transcription project that we have going. We
Hmm.
launched this year. The idea is to work with composers from underrepresented communities to take Bach works that we all know and love and transcribe them into something more contemporary, more modern, and introduce them to new audiences.
Cool.
Yeah, it is.
That's a
It
good.
really is
That's
cool.
gotta you gotta keep it
Yeah.
fresh. Yeah, that's great. Um, so your artwork this year
Yeah.
is vibrant and lively, and I'm really interested about the direction of that and the branding for this year's festival and who was responsible for this. It's just it's very exciting, I guess.
Thank you. I'll take all the All the credit. No, I really can't take any of the credit. I'm really lucky to we have a graphic designer on staff whose name is Nick Van Ert, and Nick has been with the festival and the School of Music and Dance at the university for a few years now.
Hmm.
And generally, what happens is we sort of talk to the artistic team, talk to the programming team here, say, "Hey, what are you thinking about for season theme? Even if you don't have all your concerts laid out yet, where's your head for where you think we might be themed?" And James Boyd, who's the director of programming and administration, said, "I like ascending voices. I like the idea of upward momentum and moving in a certain direction towards healing and joy." And so Nick and I sit down and we conceptualize what this looks like. And we thought to ourselves, you know what's beautiful and has that sort of upward but slow moving momentum? Hot air balloons. And that's how we
Hmm.
came to this idea for this summer. And like you might see in any sort of opportunity for artistic inspiration, we flipped through some artists that we like. We looked at some different ideas. There was a lot of trial and error. And
Hmm.
eventually we landed on this cover piece that we have. And then we sat down and we looked at the actual programming once it was set and said, "Hey, how can we carry this theme, this imagery, this motif into the rest of the season?" And slowly over time, through many iterations, comes what you see on the inside of the brochure or on some of the digital ads that you might see, or the Hult Center website when you go to look at a concert.
Hmm.
Out comes the turtles and the birds, and it's a process, but it's a really fun one. And I think that once again this year, a lot like last year, it's led to some really beautiful art.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of people send us notes asking if they can buy it, where they can get their hands on it. So
Yeah. Got to do an art print.
yeah, we've thought about it in the past. I have been a big fan, especially in recent years, of um, trying to create marketing opportunities out of this as well, reminding
Hmm.
people that the festival is out there as a place to attend. And so usually we have a really fun collection of postcards at Bell Concert Hall at the University of Oregon, where we do a number of our concerts. In the lobby, there are free postcards, one from every concert. And so you can come and you can pick up your favorite, or you can collect them all, and they're all there for free. And I know people who year after year have collected sets of them and framed them and put them in their homes because they love them. And it's a little bit different than a poster, but you can also put a stamp on one and send it to a friend. So it pulls double duty, but it's a fun way to sort of collect them almost like trading cards.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. We at the Holt Center are extremely excited about the lineup of the Bach Fest coming through our doors. What is the particular highlight that is going to be at the Holt Center this year for you guys?
Oh, really good question. I have so many things that I love, but I think the concert I'm most looking forward to, especially at the Hult Center, is Gustav Holst's The Planets, right in the middle of the festival on July 7th. It is this epic cinematic piece of music that really has been the inspiration for a lot of movie scores over the years. I and many other people who consider themselves fans of Star Wars or Star Trek or the new Dune films or Game of Thrones, pick any of those pieces of music, those scores that you hear and think, wow, the scope is so epic in nature. The Planets is where a lot of that comes from. And not only is it going to be an incredible concert, but what makes this particular production special is that we've partnered with a filmmaker named Duncan Kopp, who worked with NASA and Jet Propulsion Laboratories in Los Angeles. And he has created this HD journey through the cosmos that will be projected above the stage, above the orchestra members, while you're listening to the music. So
Very cool.
as you're hearing Mars, bringer of war, or Jupiter, bringer of jollity, you have the opportunity to travel to those places through this truly beautiful film as well.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
Yeah, that sounds great. And just as a reminder, the Oregon Bach Festival runs from June 28th through July 14th. You can get details about all the performances at OregonBachFestival.com or
.org.
.org.
Either way
.org.
works.
Oregon, OregonBachFestival.org. as well as hultcenter.org. Josh, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. And
Now,
we'll see you in one of the OBF concert halls this summer.
yeah, now I'm looking forward to Planets. So,
Excellent. Glad to hear it.
yeah.
We'll see you there.
All right.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.